Some idiotic theists love to claim that we need religion because without religion there is no reason that anyone should be moral. Though we need religion because otherwise morality doesn't exist, style arguments are so incredibly stupid. If morality has any value and rational desirability independent of God, which must be the case unless this argument is circular, then we don't need God to have morality. It is that simple. This argument is idiotic. If we need religion to have morality, then morality has no value and rational desirability independent of God and his divine backing. This cannot be used as a reason to be religious because the logic at play here is circular. Morality is desirable because God said it is. We need religion to have morality, so therefore religion is desirable. This is completely illogical. This argument in favour of religion is predicated on the idea that religion is desirable because God said it is. God said that morality is desirable. We cannot have morality without religion, therefore religion is desirable. In essence, we should be religious because God indirectly said religious belief is desirable. God said that morality is desirable. Morality cannot exist without religion, therefore religion is desirable. This is ridiculous. The argument for the existence of God assumes that people already believe in God. In assuming that morality has no value independently of God, but trying to make an appeal as to its desirability, it commits the absurdity of arguing for something which it seems to think the targets of the argument already believe. If those who can be won over by an appeal to the necessity of morality are theists, then the argument is useless because it is designed to convert the converted. If those who can be won over by an appeal to the necessity of morality are atheists, then it should be impossible for them to fall for an appeal to the necessity of morality. The argument is predicated on the idea that morality has no independent value or rational desirability, which means that an atheist shouldn't view it as something that holds value and rational desirability. If an atheist does not view morality as valuable and rationally desirable, then this argument also falls to pieces. Saying you should be religious because without religion there is no morality is not going to convince people who don't value morality. And if they do value morality, then surely it has a rational desirability and value independent of God. This also causes the argument to crumble because it means that morality does not need religion as the argument falsely claims. The whole argument is predicated on the idiotic idea that morality has no value and rational desirability independent of God. If it did, then God would not be necessary for morality to exist. It is an indisputable fact that morality has value independent of religion. The idea that without religion we cannot come up with any rational, useful, and desirable systems for categorizing behavior as good and bad is idiotic. The idea that claims about how people ought to act die with religion is incredibly stupid. There is a perfectly non-religious rational basis from which moral claims can be born. Even without religion, pain and pleasure create an incentive, a rational necessity for morality. Intelligence gives us a capacity for it, and social interaction a requirement. The religious argument for morality is beyond stupid. In essence, it states that God exists because his existence is convenient. The concept of God having some value for encouraging good behavior and God actually being real are very different things. One might as well start arguing that God must be real because wouldn't you like to go to heaven? Simply thinking that it would be cool if a supreme being stood behind our moral claims is not sufficient evidence that a supreme being does stand behind our moral claims. Arguing that it would be good if there was a God is not sufficient proof that there is a God. This is a ridiculously illogical argument, compiled by very desperate theists. If one accepts that morality has no value independent of God, then this argument is absurd. The whole argument is predicated on circular logic. If it is not circular, it collapses. For the necessity of morality is only an argument for religion if morality has rational desirability and value independent of God. If it does not, then the argument is strictly circular. If it does, then we can have morality without God and the argument collapses. As a circular argument, it essentially claims that God says morality is good, which means we need morality. God says that we need religion to have morality, this means we need religion. This argument is completely ridiculous. Words cannot describe its stupidity. If morality has enough independent value and rational desirability to justify belief in a God, then why is belief in a God even necessary? Is it not already strong enough without God standing behind it? The fact of the matter is that morality can be strong enough as a rational force that it does not need the endorsement of a fictitious overlord. And only the most immensely arrogant dare to claim that their irrational and incoherent personal moral preferences have the endorsement of the Supreme Being. Do not fall for the necessity of morality style argument for religion. It is theist idiocy at its worst.